lokes. For the 6-4s on spokes. For the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole.
For the homegirls with the scrap game.
Lil' homies that gang bang. From Pelican Bay to YA. Rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you been through. Shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf. I
was the founder. I created Conan Pocket in my mother's garage.
I had a lot of, lifting weights, and I was on swole. They start calling me Big Miz.
K.M.V video. You know, this is for sure. K.M.V video. Open your soul.
This is only the beginning.
My name is Big Bang from Duse Trade Bebop Watts off the east side.
Tell me a little bit about where you grew up at.
I started off in the Pueblos for about a year. Then I moved on 95th and Corrosives. That was Allie Bishop hood. Then I moved to 92nd and Hooper in 1970.
So when you say Allie Bishop hood, we talking about the non-Duse Bishops?
Yes, the non-Duse Bishops.
What year was that?
Like 68, 69.
What schools did you go to as a kid?
Went to 92nd Street School to the 5th grade. Then I went to 96th Street School for the last 6th grade. Then I went to Catholic School for the 7th. Then I went to Drew for about a week.
Why only a week?
That was all crib school. And I walked up and there was some black chucks on the red strings, and it was all bad for me.
So this was 80, early 80s?
No, it was like 1980 period, because my pop passed. So that's what made me go to Drew.
So what Crips went to that school? Kitchens,
East Coast, Compton Avenues. It was straight Crips up there. I don't remember no Bloods being there but myself.
Was you involved in any school activities growing up?
Yeah, I played football and basketball for St. Malachi Catholic School. That was in Kitchenhood.
All right. What was that in high school?
Nah, that was junior high. Okay. Yeah, 7th grade.
You play any high school sports?
Nah, I wasn't even on the streets during the high school.
You got locked up?
Yeah, I was a juvenile.
So how did you get into messing up? What was it that caused you to start messing up early?
Really, when my pops passed, and I was already stepping out with some OGs from the neighborhood anyway. But then when he passed, that just gave me an open season.
These guys from the neighborhood, did they gangbang?
Yeah.
Where was they from?
They were from Bebop Watts. And some was from Duse family.
Did you grow up in family hood?
Nah, I grew up in the box, but I started off Duse family with Loco Gene, Green Eye Curtis, and Sid.
How did that come about? Why non-Duse?
Shit, I stayed on 92nd and Hooper anyway, so I think I did it just to fuck with my big homies from 93rd Street.
So you brought the non-Duse to Bebop?
Yes, me and Robert Butler, OG Smokey, and my homeboy Duse, David Harper. I got with them and we pushed the Duse.
What year was that?
I'd say about 81, 82, somewhere like that.
Okay. Because I seen a 1978 gang map, and the Bebops wasn't on that map.
Well, they should have been. Yeah, because the homies started the set in 78. We like the second generation of bebops. Yeah, myself, my homeboy Buck, rest in peace. Smokey B, rest in peace. Big Bone, both Kool. We got a homie named Big Kool and Lil Kool, they brothers. Big Wino and Duse. It was only about 7 of us. Like it was 7 of them that started. But one of the homies, well, he ain't my homie. He was one of the ones started said he's a bitch. He up out of there. His name was Reg. They used to call him Chin. He's no longer have nothing to do with Bebop Watts. He's a straight bitch, a mark, and I hope he watching.
So, when your homies started Bebop, you said about 78, your older homies?
Yeah.
Do you have any of them names you could mention?
Yeah, Big Taco, that's John Skinner, rest in peace. That's the one brought that name there. But you got Bobby Lauder, Big Kojak, Big Peanut, Sir Nose, Kent Sir Bo, and Slick Rick. It's 3 brothers, it's like 3 brothers, Louders, 2 Skinners, and 1 big homie named Peanut. He was the first one from Bebop, went to prison.
Those are the main family names?
Them the ones that started all of what we got going on now.
And what street did they stay on?
93rd. Yeah, they were 93rd Street.
And the Hat Gang was already out in 78?
Yeah, I believe so.
And for those that don't know, Hat Gang Watts are Crips, right?
Yeah.
Who were some of the big names coming out of the Hat Gang back then?
Andre Sistron, Hanky, Kenny, Gangsta Mike, Big Blue,
William and Kool.
What about Hat Gang Wayne?
Hat Gang Wayne. He was like the head of the house. You know, he's like, you know, they looked up to him because he had all the moolah. You know, he pushed the line. He made, you know, things happen. You know.
But to keep it 100, them dudes died out like in the early 80s.
Quick.
We didn't have no problems in our generation. I don't know where they went, because I seen the street gang dude was saying that this power plant, we used to play football at this power plant in the front of this motherfucker. That was us. Nowhere else Central Ave where you see some Crips by the power plant, nowhere all the way to that liquor store to the 89th on the east side of Central. That's where the Crips, the 89 East Coast, which is the borderline of the 89 families, the 89 East Coast. That's how close it is. This side, the 89 East Coast, the 89 East Coast is on the liquor store on 89th. On the other side of the street, you got the 89 family.
What was your relationship to the 9 Deuce Bishops?
We tight.
Still tight to this day?
Yeah, still tight. I got with Boone, rest in peace, Roscoe, rest in peace, Big Duke, Feel Good, all them brothers, and we started pushing the Bebop Bishop for a minute. You know, we did it for a long time. It's still that on mine though, you know, but this generation, they do what they do.
So when you was a youngster, did you know the Lavenders?
Yes.
Space Ghost?
Yes, I did time with Space Ghost.
What type of guy was Space Ghost to you?
A real one. Yeah, that's the real true G homie right there.
What other names, if you could mention them, from Bishop that you kind of looked up to or name was ringing when you first started?
It was the Lavender, Nasty Rick from 9 Deuce Bishop. Really, the gang of them dudes, you know, Harry, Big Harry, you know. I mean, we started off at 92nd Street School, so I knew of him. And then, like I said, once Pop passed, I started doing my thing with them. You know, I did a lot of shit with the 9 Deuce family. There was only like 3 or 4 of us anyway.
Give me the borders for Bebop Watts.
What you mean?
The north, the south, the west, the east. You know, the area of your neighborhood.
Well, we was all the way to Beer in 95th, and then 92nd, 91st, and Hooper, and then from 91st Central. Then we took a little bit of 97 hood like in the 90s. We was all like back at the power plant, 95th, and what's that, McKinley and all that.
What gangs surround Bebop Watts?
Oh shit, we had the 8-9 East Coasters, the Kitchen Crips, the Hat Gang Watts, the 9-9 Mufflers, the Front Streets, the 9-7s, and that's pretty much it.
So y'all in the middle of all Crips?
Yeah, it was something else.
Which one gave you guys the most problems?
I say the 8-9s.
So look, that area you described, that's kind of small, would you say?
Yeah.
Was your hood small?
Yeah.
The numbers were small?
Yeah.
Y'all name ring like some of the bigger gangs, though.
I mean, like, mother had to do what he had to do. You know, being a blood back then, it was a wonderful thing for me, because the odds was against us. But what kept the hood going, I had a generation underneath me. They was on their man growing up, what I said. Like the big sleeps, the little sleep, the baby sleep, the tiny sleep, the Papa D's, the LBs, the little LBs. I mean, the list go on. Little Smooth, Big Ant, all them dudes and did they thing. That's why we last longer than we did. Then we had another generation with Baby Taco, my homie Big Devil, Scrap, Spider, them dudes. We all did our part, and we, like you said, we wasn't no big neighborhood, but we hold our own.
Did you guys have any, like, a lot of run-ins with the Grape Streets?
Nah.
PJ Watts?
Nah.
Tin Lawn?
Nah.
Forest Town?
Nah. I got family members from over there too, though. Rick Rock, rest in peace. That was my brother-in-law. And then I had another brother-in-law, Bingham. He was from Forest Town, but he started cutting grape. So we kept it. Back then, it was like, okay, you know, you can have a relative, he can come to the hood as long as he was respectful. But, you know, you can't do that shit now, but back then it was all good.
So your family functions was cool with no problem?
Yeah.
Did you used to go over there to their hood?
Nah. Nah, I didn't fuck with the Jordan down. My brother-in-law now, they reparables from Grape, but I still didn't go over there, you know.
Did you ever low ride?
Nah, I ain't had no money growing up, man. I was robbing the whole 9 yards. I ain't had no money.
How much time have you done in prison?
I did 7 years once.
So look, let me ask you, coming up, you know, what did your family do for fun, and what did you and your homeboys do for fun when you start running the streets?
Well, my family, really after my dad died, we didn't do too much of nothing, you know. But my big brothers, I'm the youngest one. They my big brothers and my big sisters, they've been treating me like a baby ever since. And you know, I'm in my middle 50s now, and I still get treated spoiled as hell. But homies, shit, we go to functions in the jungles and, you know, throw little picnics and shit. We used to have a lot of fun, have parties and stuff.
So y'all went way to the west side to fuck with the jungles?
Yeah, we had functions. I lived over there too for a minute. Yeah.
Was the jungles like headquarters for the Bloods or just certain?
Just like for picnics and shit. That was because they had that park up there, so we did a lot of Bloods did a lot of functions up there. You low key can say it was headquarters, tell you the truth. And another way we used to have fun, we used to beat a lot of motherfuckers up. I mean, we from the set, we had hands over there, you know. So a lot of us grew up boxing anyway, so a lot of motherfuckers don't know nothing about that. But yeah, we had fun fucking people up.
Well, give me one good fight story. It don't have to be you, it could be anybody.
Shit. Whew. My homeboy Frank Nitty beat the dog shit out of some young nigga from Pyro. We had a block party, and he dogged him real bad.
Describe it.
I mean, shit. Boom, 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 boom. Lights out. I mean, it was a good one though. I can't really even think of we didn't did a lot of little fighting back then, you know.
It's all good, but y'all got along probably, right?
Yeah. We actually this bullshit with us and the Family Swans. That was some new shit. We used to be together, you know, like the early '80s. It was BFS, Bebop Family Swan, and a couple of homeboys got it tat on them, you know, and it only fell off really like when the big homies and them, like Big Time and them and Ragtime and them and Slaughter and them left. The blood card between us got a little soft, like motherfuckers fighting each other. Every little argument went to gunplay and all that shit.
Oh, you know Ragtime and Big Time good?
Yeah, I grew up underneath them.
I got a question. What do you guys think about the money guys that kind of bought their way into the neighborhoods and then manipulated the politics to favor whatever their ideology was, or basically their whole agenda was based on money, not necessarily to protect the neighborhood or protect the homies or look out for the homies.
You talking when the dough came around?
Yes. Specifically like around 82 started.
Yeah.
Money guys were able to buy themselves into the neighborhoods and not prior to that, never even been from the neighborhood.
No, most of the dudes in LA, they was from these neighborhoods.
Yeah. Most of them, yeah.
A lot of them might have been educated, or some of them went to high school and finished. Most of the Crips and Bloods didn't finish school, you know, right?
Right.
But there's a lot of them that got out. Some of them went to college. We had a homeboy came from Chicago, his name was G, rest in peace. He came over here around 83. And I would put him on the levels of what you saying, in other words, because he was older than us, right? But he's a rider, can't take nothing from him. And when dope first came in 83, by the way, Melvin from 9-7,
Melvin
Butler. We used to fuck with Melvin Butler, me and Wano, Joker,
Taco,
one of the homies.
Fuck with the water. He's a great point to bring up because he was one of the ones that, although they claimed him over there, but he believed in money.
Yeah, he believed in money, so that's why I brought him up. Right. Follow what I'm saying? Melvin he played both sides. I mean, to keep it 100, Big Jack, he'll tell you he know me and he raised me. I used to fuck with Jack all the time, you know, with bricks and all type of shit. But you know, he didn't want to fuck with me because, you know, I Jack motherfucker. So, you know, he was like, cool, I ain't fucking. But anyway, not to deviate. Melvin Butler.
You wasn't deviating.
Let me start. This Melvin Butler, is that dude that we see on TV that had the DC connection?
With DC, with Rayford. It was in the feds.
All right.
Melvin Butler was one of the highest ballers in LA doing in the early 80s and shit. He had, you know, he went down making millions a year and all that type of shit.
Was he an official 9-7 East Coast or just a baller from the area?
That's what I'm talking about.
He was from there, but because he was there.
I went to school with his brother Mark.
Yeah.
But it was money that fueled his passion, and he didn't care if it was blood, crip,
yeah, but you're right. Melvin didn't care.
He didn't care, but he grew up with the coast, though.
Right.
Yeah and no. A lot, like I was saying, a lot of motherfuckers grew up in them hoods.
He had a homeboy
Just like
that was kind of his right hand man.
Murky.
He's one of the founders.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And him and Melvin ran together at La High School, played basketball and all that.
And he supplied us with the PCP around here at that time.
So Bebop Watts Blood was buying PCP from 9-7 East Coast.
It was. No, it was.
You talking about Sherm or PCP? You talking about back in the early days?
I'm following my man.
Yeah.
Sherm, yeah.
He talking about Sherm.
My boy Taco, my right hand man.
So would you say that was during that time you guys set aside politics in order to make the dollars?
What Kojak is talking about when he say that Taco was buying Sherm, this is the early days, almost when when Bebops didn't even have the identity as Bloods. That's what he's referring to. He's talking about when Taco was in like junior high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
The hood didn't really have an identity as Bloods at that time. So you talking about, and I might mention again, when y'all talk about way back in 76, 77 when they was Bebops, it was only a few of them. The force came about in this second generation, and I want to call it the first, second generation. You follow me?
The first blood generation of bebop.
Exactly. What made it, the reason why you know about it is when we came up. Not to take nothing from the older homies, but when the second, because when Kojak started the hood, he started with 9. And I'm gonna give you a rundown of quick history. A lot of them fell off, and he told me today and back in the days, they wasn't pushing it hard with him at the time. So when we started in 80 and 79, them dudes had fell off, most of them.
Where does Bang come in?
I'm getting ready to run it. Then
okay.
When it came around, the homie Nuke, my brother.
It was all the 93rd Street at that time too.
It was all 93rd Street.
Yeah.
Let me give you a rundown on it. Okay. The way what happened after Kojak is Kojak, Taco, Gay, Rick, Pooch,
Ken,
Murdoch,
Man,
and this dude went to the other side, not Buck. After the first year,
went to the other side. What do you mean?
Red.
This dude, we saw him like in the early 80s. I think he had turned Crip. I'm just keeping 100.
Okay.
I think he was from 190 or some shit like that, right?
His brother.
Okay.
His brother's like a shot caller for the 190 East Coast, and he was like, I guess, kind of straddling the fence. He used to wear a lot of blue. He used to come to the neighborhood. He'd have a lot of blue on. Some of the homies would sweat him sometimes, and then the older homies was like, "That's the homie."
The time that you're speaking on, the Crips was like a wildfire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Crips got in the multiply and all that, so on and so forth. But
and then
other people had other ideas about whether they wanted to be a part of it or not. You know what I mean? Based on these dudes is always together, but then when you got people like Raymond Washington going around and being, you know, putting his bully tactics down or whatever he was doing as far as that goes, you like, wait a minute, man, I don't really fuck with you, man. So I don't want to be a part of it.
We wasn't fucking with them. They was doing their thing, and we was still, you know, they was G's, man. You know what I mean? And they was in a place, man, that the government owned. I don't think they're gonna try to, you know, put themselves out there like they, you know,
was Ragtime your age? Or
yeah, I'm just a little
Ragtime younger than him.
I'm younger than me.
He about 57. I got a picture of Ragtime. We hooked up with I wanted Ragtime and Sticks them to come do this interview with us.
So is Ragtime
he's a reputable age. Ragtime is about 57.
All right, clear it up for
I'm
me.
sure you heard of Sticks and Evil and Even Simpson.
Right.
Them dudes went to school. That's our generation came with me. This hood, a lot of the homies grew up in this neighborhood in Wano, and a lot of them was here before me and my brother and the homie Nuke, right? Nuke is a factor of Bebop Watts gang because he's one of the main ones. But a lot of them grew up, so they still had Duse, Bang, Buck, Murdoch, Bone, Smoke, his brother Peanut, Sleep, Dopey,
Smoke, Big Brother Smoke,
Lil Bob, Lil Smokey, a lot of the homies. But this hood had dissension amongst them. And I want to tell these brothers that. You see, when the trade was first started, some of the dudes didn't care for the 8-9 families. You heard Wano and Kojak say they went to the 8-9 families meetings. But there's a lot of homies, like Big Creep and them, never cared for the 8-9 families because they was aggressive bloods. They used to roll up and down Central with flags all over their face, doing their thing. So a lot of the homies wanted to keep them out of the hood. We still was upcoming, baking an oven. A lot of it was young. So when them dudes went to jail, that's when we started blooming more. That second generation. Because Big Time and Ragtime really didn't stay out more than 2 or 3 years, to my knowledge. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, when they started
pushing. The rest of the homies was started with Kojak. Them, they still was, how you say, figuring out did they want to be Bloods or not. They all was raised in this neighborhood since the early 70s. Majority of the bebops, the OGs that we call Gs. You follow me? But they hadn't figured out was they gonna be Bloods and bebops yet. So as it progressed, some of the homies had the 8-9 families influence and they turned, because some of the homies used to be somewhat family. Because the hood started up, huh?
I'm asking Kojak.
Do you agree with everything I'm saying? Because I don't want to be the one, because I'm passionate, I'm going to give it to you, huh?
Give it to us.
So, because I even talked to Kojak the other day, he said a lot of the homies, a lot of the dudes his age was Crip sympathizers. So a lot of the older homies, a lot of the bebops got brothers and uncles who grew up in the neighborhood. They never was bloods. They just grew up in the neighborhood. So, as time went on, they started fucking with the families. But Big Creeper, I would say Taco, Murdoch, Trey, which is Bebop Watts Bloods from this neighborhood G's as well. They didn't fuck with the families. So if you'd done an interview with the 8-9 families, they would say that Big Creeper, Trey, and Murdoch didn't want around. Them dudes was around. They just didn't want to fuck with the families. Kojak, Wano, Bang, and all the rest of them was fucking with the families. Either they, because the 8-9 families was killers, or either they could have been scared, they just went on with the flow. So, once, what year was that when Pooch went to jail? 81?
If you run a church, 80, yeah.
81, 80. Most of the dudes who started with them fell off, I'm gonna say that again. So, shit changed around here.
One question.
Go ahead.
Under the Bebop Watts, and everybody in the neighborhood has a hand guy. Who was that hand guy?
We had a gang of hand guys.
So you're looking at two of the hand guys.
I like to know who the hand guys was, because them the ones, the hand guys,
the hand guy
is the way. You know what I'm saying? They get out there and say, we gonna punch our way through this, but then I'm gonna show the rest of y'all
is this film
how this go.
Because America hate me.
Hey, check this out. Check this out.
There's several type of niggas, right?
In the county jail.
You got some niggas that fight, some niggas that shoot. Take a look at both of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to do it all.
Yeah.
I put them hands on you and I put that thing on you. And that's what, so you got him, Buck, Newton, Bang.
We had a lot of hands.
We had a lot of,
I like them hand guys.
we had a homie named Sleep.
Tell you, them hand guys.
He fell off and went to the other side.
I made that name up in the county jail though with hands. Because when they know me, man. Look at that nigga Kojak 9500. When I rolled up in there, you know what time it is.
That's why I want to know what the
I had to have
behind
hands.
that name.
I had to have hands.
Man, I got so much history to tell you, I just don't have enough
It
time.
was a draw.
That 4300.
I won't do no losing. My bad, Mr. Wall.
I done been to the east to the west. I can tell you about that 43 with Harry Rollins, Suge Knight. I can give all you that shit. With 3500, first opened up with Big Time and Ragtime, he was in that motherfucker. When it first opened 3500, he was in that motherfucker.
What year was that?
Like 82, 83.
I was in the first Monzo before it was that.
Before it's that, yeah.
Before it was that.
When was the first one?
26.
What year was that?
That was like
Probably 80.
That's it, 82, 83.
No, it was right.
No, the blood module, the Crip module didn't come to around 83, 84.
How did you guys pick your trustees in the blood module?
Most of the G's.
Yeah.
Give us a roll call, some of the heavy hitters
Wilson, I know.
that were up in there with you guys at that time.
Thundercat, BJ from Bonnie Hunter, Santa Claus,
Loaf.
Bonnie Hunter Loaf,
Big Bruno from Six Deuce Brown.
Big Coco from NHP,
Fred.
Tom Slick.
Yeah, Tom Slick.
Harry Ron from Ludus Park,
Rub from Swan.
Shaka Zulu from Pueblo, Big Will from VN,
Me, Nook,
Yeah.
the homie, my brother Nuke,
Big Jeff.
craziest blood that I ever seen in my motherfucking life.
What was that? What's his name?
Nuke
Nope.
Yeah.
Nuke from where?
from Bebop Watts.
92nd Street.
And that motherfucker in the pen blasting motherfuckers to this day. No cut,
Is he BGF?
no,
So
he
look,
No
uncut.
bloodline? Nothing?
When we hear about 4800
Is this still filming?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you gonna film, you live in camera, bro.
When we get the 4800 stories, we get all the tribalism within the crypt inside the modules. Did the Bloods operate similar? Was there?
Yeah, they did. I wanted to get to that because, you know, a lot of times to keep it 100, that's why we say we're not bishops, we're not 8-9 families, and we're not Bonnie Hunters, we're bebops. A lot of motherfuckers associated with that. Us with that, And to keep it 100, a lot of hoods surrounded us, treated us like we some kind of second-class motherfucking bloods. But like I say, we was the frontline motherfucking soldiers of Central Ave. Back in the 80s, this
everybody from halfway house know that y'all not no second class.
But in other words, listen, back in the days, we'll go, what's Bebop? Bebop Watts, because we were but a few of us. And through the whole, 50-some years, it's probably 300. You know, I won't tell that story none of the Bebop 300 associated with that movie, but
give us a story. Come on, man.
That's coming to a book near you.
Okay.
The Bebop 300, because through the last 45 years, there's about 300 of us. And these niggas fight passionate today for this neighborhood, and we don't own shit. First of all, I want to say, I don't condone with the bullshit.
Yeah.
I wear red, but I fuck with all type of Crips all through LA. You know what I'm saying? But this neighborhood is, how I say, it's different from most dominant neighborhoods,
Let me ask you something. Apartments across the street, what do you call it, the Death Triangle?
Well, I call it the Red Zone because Central from all the way from 95th to 91st.
That's where we first
red
stayed.
zone.
That's where we first stayed when we moved.
So you guys are outside of that little triangle right there, or is that it? You guys just have those?
The neighborhood consists of from all the way to Clovis to that power plant,
It goes
all the way
like
through
this.
Hooper to 92nd Street.
It goes
I mean
like
to
that.
91st Street,
Yeah.
all the way to 91st Street to Central. Now, when you get on the other side of Central, it was a fish market. That's borderline with the 8-9 East Coast and the 8-9 families. Once you get to like by that parole, that what's that? The White Parole Center, right? Mm-hmm. That side of the streets is still sort of hood, but the other side, that's when it somewhat turned into borderline 8-9 family. And as you go further up north, you got the 8-9 East Coast.
When you say Clovis, this is behind us, right?
Clovis is the street next door here.
That's not 9-7?
We pushed that.
No, we pushed them back.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, was that 9-7?
Never really, to keep it 100.
So where does 9-7?
In other words, you'll never see no Crips walking down Clovis, let's say that.
So where do they start at?
In the neighborhood. And just the same thing with 8-9 families. Man, no disrespect to the Center Parks, the 8-9 families, I mean the Inglewood family, the Schoolyard Crips, the Gear Gangs, all the hoods in the west side. Man, we looking across the street shooting with motherfuckers. Because I be on the west side a lot and I know how it is, where you gotta go miles.
You got elbow room.
You got elbow room. Man, motherfuckers could walk across the street and bust on you. That's how the 9-7s used to come across and bust. The 8-9 East Coast used to come across and bust. Walking on bicycle. I ain't no motherfucking car.
So during y'all war years, your main adversaries were who?